Hi, I'm Cormac Hyde-Corrin, and this is the Permanent Rain Press.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press. Today I am so happy to be joined by Cormac Hyde-Corrin. How's it going?
Great, thank you. Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm so excited that we could finally sit down, chat about Harry Greene, Heartstopper. But I wanted to start off with your background. Like, when did you know that acting and filmmaking were things that you wanted to pursue?
I'd say it was around when I was 14, when I really got into it. I just it was sort of around the same time I got diagnosed with ADHD, and sort of really started to motivate me and like make me want to try much harder into like doing something special with like my life, to be honest. And I just fell in love with film and like everything to do with film. And yeah, it just inspired me to start acting as well from my love of film. And my mom's an actress as well, so she of course put me on that path, sending me to theatre class and stuff. So yeah, that's about how I started, to be honest.
So you only started, we'll say, like a few years ago. So not when you were like a little kid, but in terms of inspirations, like who inspired you, specific actors? Like what are some of your favorite films and TV programs that made you want to put yourself out there and do the same thing?
I'd say definitely when like I started loving films, I love more like the look of them. Like that's what made me really fall in love with them, like the aesthetic of it. So I was a big fan of like Tarantino and the Reservoir Dogs. That film really was like the first one where I loved it, and I just love Harvey Keitel. He was one of my favorite actors, like probably my favorite actor for that whole time when I was working to become an actor. So yeah, he's a big inspiration to me.
Did you spend any time on film, TV sets with your mother?
Um, I think I did actually. I was very young though, but when I was around, what was it, mum? Like two, three? No, one. One. We used to fly. What was it, like twice a week up to Newcastle? What were you on there? TV series in Newcastle. So I was flying like twice a week up to Newcastle, back and forth. That's quite a funny story, isn't it? When I was on set, yeah, for 9 months. What was it when I was? He took it away from me. Basically, I was on set with her, and the guy told my mum that I could be in it because it was like a sort of like nursery kind of. What was it, mum? Kind of nursery. Yeah, it was like a baby scene with all the people, and apparently well, like when they took me off her, like I was just crying so much, like in the back of the shot. And my mum does it the best. My mum does what he said the best. What was it he said? He said, I said, well, at least you won't be an actor. And he said, of course he'll be an actor. I've never seen anyone pull focus like that in my life. Yeah, yeah. Did you hear that? Is that all right?
Something about you, of course you'll be an actor, was that it? That
Yeah, yeah. Never seen anyone pull focus like that before. So
the
yeah,
the
that.
preface to your career now, but I love to hear that, and obviously it's something that you don't remember, but you'll be told the story and you can tell others. That's great. Uncredited cameo, I guess, something like that. Yeah. So you're currently studying at school with a focus in film and media production. Tell me a bit about your studies. Have there been specific elements you've enjoyed working with?
Yeah, I love like quite like a lot of aspects of the filmmaking process, like drawing it all together, especially like and I just find it so interesting how like you can alter a whole scene like with such specific like detailed decisions. That's definitely like what like elevated my love for film at the start, because as I said, it was more like film aesthetics that I enjoyed in the first. in the first place. Sorry, the bloody phone's buzzing off now. It's actually mental in this house. I'll just keep going. But the film aesthetics, yeah, I loved that at the start. Yeah, so I definitely got into film form more, and that side interested me, like how like a slight angle change of the camera can like convey a whole new emotion. And I just found it like so interesting, like the psychology side. So that sort of drew me like in more, and like watching independent cinema and like showing how people can, yeah, like screenwriting helps with that as well. It sort of brings in that philosophical nature to it. And like I've researched lots of like film theories, screenwriting theories on how an effective film like poses a philosophical question. And I think it's so interesting how like they can explore these big questions for a film, and how that works with like the cinematography and the lighting and the color and all of it. Yeah, I just think it's so interesting.
So you create your own videos. They're available on Vimeo and YouTube. And one that really stands out is your video, as you mentioned, ADHD, how it's impacted your everyday life, especially with football. How have you been able to harness it in a positive light?
I think there's not much point really in when you're born with something, or there's nothing you can really do about it. There's not much point in like fighting against it really. So instead of fighting against it, if you learn how to use it to your advantage, like especially ADHD, it like turns into a superpower. Because you can just, when you find something you love, you can just focus on it, like you can hyper focus, and it literally turns into a superhero. Like I can write for like 5 hours, like just continuing to write scripts, but I can't like concentrate for 5 minutes in geography. So yeah, it was secondary school was a bit tough, but after that, when you're doing what you love, it's just so good, to be honest. Mm-hmm.
And then obviously, like you mentioned, doing what you love, finding your passion, which is in like film. And I'm glad you're at a school which it seems like you can really hone in on your craft and all these different aspects. You did mention earlier before you were cut off the technical side, you're not as keen on. I guess that's good that there's editors and sound people that you can kind of go to and work with.
Yeah, that is good. It is good. The BRIT School is it's brilliant. It's all because there's so many like creative people in one space. Like not really, like I can't go sound editing. Like that's the hard part. Like I have to do that all myself because we're like the film students. But I can just go down the corridor and like walk into a like music classroom and like ask anyone if they've got like anything I can use for a film. Like just show them the sequence and see if they've got anything. That's just music as well. Like, of course, we've literally got theatre down the hall as well. We can just ask people to be in films. So yeah, it's a really great school for that kind of thing.
Yeah, very collaborative. And what's funny is you're mentioning all these independent films, and then in Heartstopper, which we'll talk about in just a moment, that's very Tao-like. So it's almost like I'm sure that you were interested in all the posters that William had in his room, things like that. I want to give an honorable mention to Match Day, which is a video that you created, because I feel like everyone has run into that situation at least once in their lifetime.
Yeah, I think I was about 14 when I made that one. That's not my technically best one, but yeah, starting off early, but yeah, I guess relatable, I guess.
Yeah. Early storytelling, nothing to be ashamed of. But congratulations on Heartstopper. It's your acting, your on-screen debut. Take me through your audition process. And I know that you were kind of only up for Harry, but what piece of dialogue or scene did you have to read?
It was sort of like the first one I had, I remember I came back from school and I was just, I was like in a heap. I was, this was when I was still was at secondary school, obviously, and it was a bit long, but I remember I just didn't want to do it. I was pissed off, and my mum made me do it, and I did it myself, and I guess that sort of played into it. Like, it was I think I had to be quite angry in the scene, so yeah, it sort of went quite well for me, to be honest, for that first one. And then the second one was the callback I got was a scene from, I think it actually was in Heartstopper. It was like just like bantering around with Nick, like making fun of him and stuff. And I think one of them was the cinema scenes as well, because I think what they really wanted to see in Harry, when they were like looking for Harry, was someone who like is an entertainer, like who plays it as an entertainer, like we're just trying to like be the center of attention, like trying to bring like all your mates in, like just laughing, like trying to laugh at your mates in like the school playground or something. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad that the auditions went really well. What's funny is you said you're so angry the first time you did it, like bad day at school, something like that.
Yeah, that's perfect though. Played right into it. Naturalistic.
Yeah, you barely had to act, right? You were just like, I don't want to be here.
Exactly.
So did you speak with Alice Oseman or have any questions for them about your portrayal of Harry, and then maybe shaping some of his backstory that we didn't get to see on screen and is also not in the books?
I sort of made my own like things of Harry with a backstory, and like ran it through with them and stuff. And I sort of thought about like his parents. Tao has a couple digs throughout the series, the good ones. You didn't get hugged much as a child and stuff like that. And I sort of thought about, obviously his parents are quite rich. You know, maybe they were out like quite away from home quite a lot. Maybe he was like raised by nannies, like stuff like that, babysitters. And maybe that's what's, you know, he hasn't really had much love in his life. Like, I'm not trying to make like you feel sorry for him, because he's a dickhead, but yeah, it's like obviously he's I guess that's what I sort of tried to think about when I was playing him. But I'm trying to think, yeah, that's sort of the backstory I tried to create for him. And then Alice and Euros, they like that as well. Euros, the director, and yeah, they really wanted me to play it like high energy, very high energy. They sort of helped me with that, and how like I played it as a showman. You know what I mean? Like just trying to entertain the whole time. And he would literally take digs at anyone for anything. Like he just sniffs out difference and he like goes for it. And he'll just for any like uniqueness of someone, he'll just dig it out and make fun of you for it, I guess.
We can see it that Harry always has to have the last word, or at least he tries to have the last word in a lot of these situations. In terms of that process, were there any other fictional characters or source material that you drew inspiration from aside from the books?
Yeah, I definitely watched like British like TV shows and stuff to try and see if I could find those characters. But it's important to remember I was actually in year 11 at the time in a British state secondary school, and so yeah, like the unfortunate truth is there are people like Harry Greene out in the world, and you know, I sort of saw that I was in and amongst it in my school, so like I could see people like that, and yeah, I guess that sort of helped me to like visualize and get into the mind frame of him a bit more.
There's nothing like real life inspiration to draw from. In terms of Harry, what's important to him? Like if you could name one or two things that you think he values in year 11.
Popularity is the biggest one, I'd say. And another one, I'd say, I want to say like validity. I don't even know if that's a word, but like sort of like he needs that like attention, and that he needs to be the center of attention, and he needs everyone playing off him, and like he needs to be the cool one, if you know what I mean. Like he'll put others down. He needs to be the one that he thinks he's really cool, like he thinks he's sick, and he needs other people to see him like that. Or yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of a desperate feeling to have, and you can see that. Now, which was your favorite scene to be a part of, and why?
Oh, that is hard as well, but there was a lot of fun scenes we had. The rugby scenes were great. I remember the one where we get smashed. That one was pretty fun to film. We were actually playing quite well in the rugby game. They had to tell us to calm down a little bit because we were beating them, but we had to look like we were getting smashed. But yeah, that was a great day. Like I remember it was sunny that day. They made it look good with the rain and stuff, but in real life it was sunny. Like it was just good vibes that day, to be honest. We were down by we were down at this like sports college or something, and yeah, it was just a good day for chillaxing, playing a bit of rugby, a bit of running. Loads of time to like sit around as well with the with our rugby team. We got to chill with them a lot, make friends with a lot of the extras, the rugby team. So yeah, great fun just chilling with them the whole day, to be honest.
The rugby team, they're in a lot of the scenes, like the movie theaters. So it's possible that some of them will also be in the show moving forward, because we do know there's like Christian, Sai, and Otis who are in the books.
I'm not sure, to be honest, but the Christian, Sai, Otis, those guys were all lovely. Obviously, Aaron Lloyd, it was in Top Boy. They were all great actors. Like it's crazy, just they were there for just the like background kind of stuff, but it was great working with them week in, week out. Those are probably the guys I chilled with the most, because obviously I was basically in every scene with them. I guess if they're there, I think they're in book 3. They come to Paris, but yeah.
Could be around. Guess we'll see. up to Alice, but hopefully it'd be nice to meet some more characters. I'll talk about some other scenes you were in, get some behind the scenes comments or insights. Harry's 16th birthday party. What do you remember from filming at that set, or any of the scenes that you were in?
That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good day. It was good fun with the party. I remember we had to like do dancing and stuff. So yeah, it was a bit weird, but fun. All the same. Also another sunny day, so that was good vibes on set that day. Bit sweaty, I can't lie, in the dancing hall, but we got through it. And I think you can see I bust out a little robot in one of the scenes. That was a good one, but yeah, great fun to film that one. I think it was literally just down the road from me, to be honest. So very perfect, to be honest.
Passed by that set when you went to, but the lighting was also really, really good in those scenes. I'm sure that's something that you recognized.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It was brilliant. I remember I saw it. Netflix posted it on Instagram or something. The like blue and pinks quite a lot. They had lighting. I thought that was really cool. That's again like the small decisions you can take. And I don't know, this could just be theory. They might not mean it, but like sort of bisexual lighting. I think that's what they called it on the Netflix Instagram page. But I quite like that with the Nick in the scenes, all stuff like that. Just sort of more film theory there for you. But yeah, I like that side of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's nice to see how the tones play into the narrative. And you had a line that's become really popular now. Do you know which line I'm talking about? It was in one of the party scenes. Can you perform it?
It's all just banter, mate. Is that the one?
Yeah, it's the lads can see it's banter.
The lads can see banter.
Okay, so why do you think it's become so popular? Can you pinpoint the reason?
I think that is perfect year 11 UK boy talk, to be honest. That is literally, you'll get that every single day in school, to be honest. Like, you'll hear that being said. It's just so, I feel like it's very British, that line, but yeah, I feel like that's why it's got quite popular, I guess.
Yeah, and it's funny because I think people think it's so over the top and annoyingly confident, but you have a lot of people saying, like you said, it's something that you hear a lot. So it's
Yeah.
just, it's funny. You delivered it well. Now Harry's often teasing Nick about girls, pushing him towards Imogen and Tara. Why is he so persistent?
I'd say uh Harry really like wants to be like associated with Nick, because Nick is the rugby king, of course. He's one of the coolest kids in school, and Harry has it in his own mind. He's one of the coolest kids in school as well, and he's one of the popular kids. But you know, he's not really liked very much, to be honest, in the school. But yeah, he really needs to have that connection with Nick to stay popular. But yeah, I think pushing him towards girls and stuff. I don't think he has much idea about. I don't think he really has any idea, to be honest. He's not very. He's not a very clever person, but with Nick and Charlie, so he's just trying to, you know, look out for his mate. To be honest, trying to, you know, get him to get with another popular girl as well. You know, that's just. I feel like that's again very. Alice is perfect with it. They're very British. School, UK secondary school talk, and you know, that's how it sort of surrounds in those kind of groups, sort of obsessed with that kind of thing. And Harry, you know, the showman, he always wants to get into a bit of that drama, a bit of that action. He always wants to place himself in there when he's not really should be there, to be honest. But yeah, that's what I kind of interpreted from it.
I like that explanation. I think it makes a lot of sense. You know, it's him trying to stay relevant, even though it's funny because Harry himself doesn't seem to have a girlfriend. He just keeps trying to push Nick towards girls. Episode 7 was a big one. I wanted to start with the movie theater first. What do you remember from that set? Did you actually get to sit down and watch any movies? How was it filming those scenes?
Yeah, those scenes were good as well. Yeah, the film we were watching while I think there's a scene where we're actually in the cinema watching a horror film, and we had The Shining up on the screen. A little scene from The Shining. I think it was the little kid running through the maze. That scene, so I appreciated that one from the guys behind the scenes. Classic film, but yeah, that was that little bit of it. Of course, the fight scene was the cinema bit as well, and the fight scene in the cinema it's fun to film, but it's very like physically exhausting and quite emotionally exhausting as well, actually. I remember it was actually quite a lot longer than they cut it down quite a lot. There was a few more sequences in there, but yeah, Guy was the fight coordinator. He was so good. Made it look so realistic. And yeah, it was physically exhausting. You know, going again and again on these they were long as well. These long fight scenes and just going take for take. And I remember I was losing my voice towards the end. Like, it was crazy. That was actually my last day on set as well. That was the day I wrapped. So got a clap at the end from everyone. Yeah, it was very lovely.
So we'll talk about the fight in just a moment, but you had another kind of memorable line at the movie theaters, which was the one about Harry Styles, suggesting Charlie has a crush on him. Now in the books, it's Zayn. Is that something that you recognized when you went from the books to the script?
I saw. Yeah, I mean, I think it was that was the scene I auditioned for as well, and I can't remember if it was Harry or Zayn in the audition. I think it was Harry in the audition. I sort of picked up on that back then, but I used to like the One Direction boys back in the day. I think it was year 6, year 5. I can't lie. I will admit that. That is crazy to admit, but yeah, I did. They were right. But yeah, pretty good on that. I think the Heartstopper fans, that's sort of you know, I don't know how to explain it, like a Venn diagram, you know, the middle bit, they sort of intertwine a little bit, those fan groups. So yeah, that like I can see how they appreciate that one.
Yeah, and a lot of people were saying it's the only true thing that Harry says throughout the entire season. But I like to hear that you listened to a bit of 1D. Do you remember which song you really enjoyed from them?
You're throwing me back. You're throwing me back. This was primary school, so I remember. Oh, I'm trying to think. Obviously, the classics, Midnight Memories, banger. Yeah, that was probably my favorite, I guess. Can't believe I just admitted that, but yeah.
No shame in One Direction. I mean, like if you think about it, boy bands, they were like they had such a meteoric rise, especially being from like the UK. For yourself, they must have been everywhere.
Yeah. When I was, I guess. I mean, my friends didn't really appreciate it back then, but I remember I had
It
a
was
lunch.
like your what is it? What they call it? When you have like a secret little obsession that you don't want to.
Yeah. It wasn't even that secret, to be fair, either. I paraded it, but yeah, I remember when they split up. I must have been like year 7. Heard it on the radio. Sad times.
Definitely. They're all doing like solo stuff now, but we'll go back to not One Direction. We'll talk about episodes 5 through 7. We see that physicality to his interactions with Tao and with Nick, with the shoves and the fighting. What was it like? You mentioned it being challenging and draining. Can you just explain a bit more about that, like mentally, emotionally, dealing with that anger that wasn't just throwing objects or hurling verbal insults at one another?
Yeah, that one was definitely more emotionally draining, I'd say, because you know, we had everyone, like all the extras, everyone around us, and I think that took more takes with because there was definitely more shots in that one, like more different angles and stuff. Yeah, it's great. It's pretty crazy when you do that because when you're like, say you're just having a fight in real life, you know, it's a quick, it's all over quickly, if you know what I mean. Like it's emotionally over quickly and physically over quickly. So you kind of have to put yourself in that mindset over and over again, like you're in an actual fight over and over again. So like obviously you'd only experience that once in a real fight, but doing it over and over again is quite emotionally exhausting and very physically exhausting. I can't lie. Yeah, it was really tiring.
What do you do to get yourself in that mindset that, you know, you're very angry and it's very intense? Like, do you have to do something to kind of build yourself up, whether that's listening to music or kind of being alone for a period of time?
I actually meditate as well, so sort of clearing your mind and switching over to Harry from Cormac is that's quite a good technique I use, just like breathing and like just clearing your mind completely of any thoughts, any like, because I mean ADHD brain as well, it's always racing, so I kind of need to calm it down and, you know, think the thoughts I need to think. But especially that scene, the one with Tao, like everyone around us shouting, like they set it up very nicely for like to get you in that frame of mind. And yeah, I guess you know, pumped up, sort of definitely got me pumped up, I guess.
Yeah. So what was it like specifically working with Kit in the theater one and then William at the school? Like, did you talk with any of them ahead of time? Like, how did rehearsals go?
Well, I mean, that both, of course, very good friends of mine. So it was definitely, you know, challenging to completely change your mind frame. But yeah, sort of rehearsals, we just made it so mechanical, and like the movements so it's all planned out so perfectly. So, you know, we know neither of us are going to hurt each other. And, you know, it's more like you've got each other, and you're like, to make it look like realistic, and you've got each other, like, and you're pulling about. So like, you're not actually like hitting each other. So it's like more like pushing against each other. So it's not really painful, but yeah, definitely hard to get in that mind frame with those two, especially such nice guys. But yeah, I kind of it was definitely I'm trying to think who it was harder with, but because Tao was more like I could have fun with him, if you know what I mean. Like Harry would, you know, you're getting shown up by this kid, but like year younger as well, friends with Charlie and all of that is, you know, it's obviously got to be hard for him. But the one with Nick, that's more like more I say of a shock. Like he's in a state of shock. You know, he thinks he's still just joking about, but you know, he's taking it a step too far this time, obviously. And yeah, Nick reacts like that. So
I like the analysis, and you know, like you mentioned, it takes a lot of trust between you and the other actors when you're in those scenes. Now, did you identify like why Tao and Charlie were always targets for Harry?
Yeah, they're always targets. I think if we got more of Harry, we would see him just targeting everyone, to be honest. But we get the scenes with Charlie and Tao. I think his actions aren't really like malicious, if you know what I mean. He just wants to have fun with them, and like make fun of them in any way he can. And yeah, a couple easy targets. You know, he sees them as easy targets. So yeah, I kind of think that's why you probably go for them. You know, they've got like uniqueness about them. Like they're different from the popular kids in quotations, but yeah, you know, he'll kind of go for that. He'll go for anything he can, like that is different from like the mainstream.
And on the topic of that, like, there's this underlying theme of bullying, homophobia, transphobia. We know in the books that Harry would have been one of the people who bullied Charlie the year before. Was it difficult for you to embody this personality, especially with a lot of the dialogue you had? Like, how were you able to find that balance between committing to this role but knowing it was just a character?
Yeah, yeah, it is hard, but you just have to separate it as much as you like is physically possible. And sort of getting into that mind frame just before the scene, and then obviously breaking after is when you especially like that's a very good technique to anyone out there acting, meditating, and like being able to like clear your mind and like embody like different, I guess, yeah, like personality. And you can just like if you practice that enough, you can just sort of like switch it like that. So yeah, just important to keep them like very, very like different, two different sides. Yeah, yourself and the character.
Now, he justifies a lot of his comments to being harmless banter. We know he loves to shift the blame onto others. In Harry's mind, why is this all right even after he's received pushback? And I'll mention in particular from Nick, because Tao we know he doesn't like, but Nick is someone who he kind of considers his friend, his mate. So like why is it okay for him to continue on like this?
I think he like he doesn't really care about people's emotions. Definitely, he doesn't care at all, really. And you know, he actually thinks in his head that it's just banter. Like he just actually thinks it's harmless. You know what I mean? Like he just thinks he's just playing about, and people are over dramatizing it, when obviously he's actually like physically bullying him. And that, I guess that's a problem in like that's how bullying works really. Like it can come off as just harmless banter, but it can really hurt people. And I guess that's what he thought in his head.
Now, the shoe potato, it was so unfortunate. Please tell me that there's a surviving shoe potato out there. Do you know?
I don't know, but definitely maybe, because I assume they had multiple pictures on set, but yeah, it got absolutely crunched up a couple of times. Well, it took a few takes to crump it out properly, but yeah, I think the one that was in the scene is long gone, most probably. Yeah.
He did some pretty awful things. Like, this is harassment, like throwing the ball at Tao's head. Like, so was it a continuity thing? So did you just throw the ball and then did someone else throw it and it hit Will?
Yeah, it was sort of like, yeah, I didn't actually hit Will in the head, but I sort of had to look at Will and throw it to someone else at the same time. So that was pretty hard, but yeah, and we did one where the camera was literally just in front of me. I had to like sort of throw it upwards, kind of. But yeah, I didn't actually throw it at Will's head. That would have been quite funny. But
it also would mean like you would probably need to rehearse that multiple times to get like the aim and the angle and everything. Harry's absent from episode 8. He gets suspended after the fight at school. Do you think this could have any impact on his actions moving forward? Like, what would you like to see or explore from him in a season 2?
In the books, turn off now for spoilers, but
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But in book 3, when they're in Paris, he appears to like apologize to them for what for the year, like the earlier in the year, but I'm not so sure it's he's like properly doing it, like, because they in book 3 it's sort of like accepted with everyone that they're gay now, and yeah, so he's kind of still like, he still wants to be popular, and he will sort of just swing with everything, like try and stay on top and stay like one of the cool kids, and now that's accepted, like of course he has to accept it as well to stay cool, and definitely will, if season 2 will explore it like more with Alice, and and see what she thinks about it. But yeah, from reading the books, that's what I sort of interpreted of like moving on his sort of arc.
What's interesting is, like you mentioned, it could just be swinging with what's popular. I think that Alice has also said that Harry's a character, he might always have questionable intentions. So it's kind of an interesting thing that you could potentially play off of. Now, are there any other specific scenes, parts, or themes in the books in general that you would love to see adapted on screen?
Definitely, I would love to see the Paris bit. That's
great. Number one on, I think, almost everyone we spoke with who's a student. We want to go to Paris.
Yeah. So that would be a good one. Yeah. Thinking other things. Like different themes. I definitely think more Tao and Elle's storyline should come through in season 2. I really like that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that could be explored, so we're excited to see what comes out of it. Of course, the season 2 announcement needs to come first, but in terms of behind the scenes, what are some of your favorite memories from working with this cast?
There's loads of brilliant ones. I mean, it was just sort of like every day was just great, really. Like it was just sort of, you know, going on set. Like you know, it was so crazy for me because, like, obviously 14 was when I started really getting into like the thing. I was just working so hard at it, like trying to really get this for when I'm older. And then I got something when I was 16. Got something early, and it was just so happy to be there, and everyone was just so lovely. So every day was just amazing, especially as I was doing my GCSEs at the time as well. So, you know, getting breaks from that, just you know, going out from leaving maths, English to go swap that for playing rugby with, you know, these actors that I've seen on TV, and, you know, just being a part of what I like was so passionate about, and I'm so passionate about now. And yeah, it was just every day was just like a brilliant memory for me.
Now, how about working with your director, Eros Lynn, because he's very seasoned in the industry. Like, did you get a chance to shadow, ask him any questions?
Yeah, I wish I asked more, to be honest. But I definitely, yeah, I was telling him about like directing stuff. Like I wanted to be a director, and I definitely like more watched what he was doing than asked questions. I definitely asked more if we were to get, yeah, if we were going again. But yeah, definitely like I was asking more like everyone like behind the scenes though, like because I was just interested in all of it. Like the DOP I was talking to, I remember I got an app from her, like how she like sets up the pictures and like how she does the like pre thing for the scene, like in the setting. So yeah, that's a bit of useful information I got off like everyone. But yeah, you can learn from everyone, especially like when you're a student doing film. You have to do everything. Like you don't have just have like 60 like to 100 people behind the camera. It's all just you. So yeah, it was just sort of interesting to learn about all the roles and just everything about the filmmaking process.
Yeah, a lot of soaking it all in. Something else you've had to soak in, fan response, which has been so wild and positive. Were you prepared for all of this fanfare?
Um, Not really. I can't lie. I'm not actually the biggest fan of social media. I don't really like it. It sort of weirds me out a little bit. But after the show dropped, seeing like the response, everyone's so kind, everyone's so nice. I thought I would get a ton of hate. Like I thought I would be absolutely destroyed on social media and stuff. But turns out the fans are smart people. You know, they can separate a character and actor, and they're all just so lovely. So it definitely sort of made me like social media a bit more, I guess. And yeah, I say I wasn't ready. Yeah, I guess I wasn't ready, but it's good now though. Everything's good now.
So, there's a lot of like, I don't know, on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, like scene packages of Harry, like put it to the backdrop of like different songs and music. Have you seen any of those?
I've seen a couple of them. I got someone on at BRIT School who sends me a few of them like every now and
They
then.
like your PR manager or something like
Yeah, they just send me like every week they send me a new one, but it's crazy to see, to be
I was
honest. Yeah.
gonna say it's like a weekly digest. They're like, okay, here's what we found from of you on social media. We're gonna go through some tweets now. So if you have your phone ready,
We have been starved of Cormac Hyde-Corrin content. Yeah, I've heard that one a lot, to be honest. Yeah, that definitely goes in more with how I don't really like social media, so I don't really post too much. I've been trying to post more, seeing as they want it, but yeah, I just guess like I'm gonna keep going, try and find new ways to show myself. I guess I don't really know how, but like that's what I'm determined. Like, I don't know how do I do it, but yeah, I'm trying to post more. I recently got TikTok as well, so hopefully I can give them some more of what they want, to be honest. Yeah.
We'll talk about that. So we can talk about it because there was a short video released the other day, creating content with Baby Queen, obviously, Colors of You in the show. So who is the cast member who's always like, we should do something like this on TikTok? Because I'm guessing it is not you suggesting it.
No, it's not me. It's not me. But I'm trying to think. That day, definitely Toby liked his TikTok. His was so funny. Yaz is big on TikTok as well. Yaz is great. Yeah, I'd definitely say Toby and Yaz are the big ones. They love it. And their TikToks are so good. So fair play to them.
And it must be fun to see the cast, because I know you were not there on stage with them all, but to still be involved and get to really celebrate the show together, celebrate the music. So what's it all been like for you getting to kind of reunite with everyone again?
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait till I'm 18. I can't wait till I can go out partying with them all the time. But it's good. Yeah, it's definitely good to see them every now and then. It's so great when we meet up again. It's just so happy, like it's so amazing, like to see them all together, like all of us together. It's just such like a proud feeling, I guess, that like we did that. But yeah, lovely to see them all the time. Yeah.
Do you have dance moves? Did you get to break out more dance moves for the the videos?
I did a couple. I did like I can't even remember. They liked a couple like shoulder ones I've got.
Maybe we'll see it in the next video.
We definitely could see it in the next video. The shoulder swing. I don't really know what to call it, but yeah, I like that one. Yeah, that's probably my speciality at the moment. Okay, still laughing at this. Lamau Cormac is so precious, and it's a picture from the bloopers one. Yeah, this was terrible actually. The apple juice, it was actually like they sort of, I think they mixed it with something to make it like thicker or like to show up on camera more, and it blinded me completely. Will splashed it right in my eyes, that one, and I just like had to keep going. But every time I try like pry my eyes open a tiny bit, like I couldn't at all. So I was just trying to like get up to him, like square up to him, but I literally couldn't because my eyes were like taped shut basically. That was an absolute stinger, I can't lie.
Did you have to get your eyes flushed out?
Yeah, you see with yeah, it took like 5 minutes for them to properly calm down again, and yeah, I just sort of just to wake up people, just tapping them down, just drying them out.
I spoke with Will about it, and he said that he told you before the scene he was going to go for it, and he did, and he said you were a top lad for taking it. But he also said that you at one point got some in your ear, and you were saying like, I can't hear, and there's a bit of concern about that.
No, yeah, they did. Oh, I remember that now. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, my ear was completely blocked for ages because it was so sticky as well. I couldn't. Well, I could like. It's like, you know when you go swimming and like your ears are sort of blocked. It was like that. I don't know how he got that much force on it, but to literally blind and make me deaf. But fair play to him. Yeah. I remember when it came out finally as well. Oh, the satisfying feeling was amazing. I can't lie. When I could finally hear
the ears popping back, right? You're like, oh, okay, I'm not deaf.
Like flipping a whole stream of apple juice flew out. Number 3, let's go. Harry Greene in Heartstopper / Harry Greene in Nick and Charlie. That is good. That one. I like that one.
So we'll do a disclaimer. If you have not read Nick and Charlie, please mute. Have you read Nick and Charlie?
I actually haven't. No. I might. Yeah, Nick and Charlie. I think. Is that like the old one?
It's one that happens, but after the events of Heartstopper.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to definitely read that one.
I feel like I just spoiled it for you now, but I think it's along the same trend as he becomes more supportive of their relationship. So yeah, it's just.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll definitely have to get into that one. Yeah. my mom says she just ordered it now.
That's perfect. That's your next thing to study.
Yeah. All right, number 4. This one's my mate, I guess. Aya. Oh my god. Let's see what she said. Oh my god. The stakes are high for hashtag Cormac Hyde-Corrin, hashtag Cormac Hyde-Corrin. she's gone on this like insane like Twitter. Her, Alex, and Odie, they've gone on like this Twitter journey. They just got Twitter and they like are posting stuff all the time now, like weird stuff. And I think she got into my computer while we were at school and took a few pictures while I was gone.
So the stakes are high. What exactly are you charting? It looks like it's something important. Can you explain?
This is that was for my final project for the year. That was the screenplay I was writing, the feature-length one. And I was just sort of like plugging out the details of like the stakes, and I read like in this book that the stakes should always be going higher and higher. So that's definitely more of like the film form technical side that I was working on in that moment. And yeah, the stakes are high. I mean, it's a good one. Fair play to her. But yeah.
Yeah, I like the wordplay there. How has it been for you at school? Like now that the show is officially out, everyone can see you on screen. Have you been getting like a lot more attention, things like that? How have you been kind of like staying grounded at school? Or has it not been too bad on the flip side?
It hasn't been too bad, to be fair. I remember some girl like took a video of me in class and that's got like 2 mil on TikTok. So, you know, that kind of stuff. You have to be wary for it. But it hasn't been too different. I've only been like noticed once in school so far. But yeah, everyone's just sort of the same, really. Yeah, not much has changed. Still just working.
I'm glad to hear that, but I'm sure you're taking it all in stride. I was curious if anyone's like gone up to you and said any of your lines back to you, like like the lads, the banter.
Yeah, they love that one. Yeah, Baby Queen loves that one. She loves the banter line. She always says that when yeah. But not as much in school. Yeah, maybe in a bit, but not too much right now. Tweet number 5. I don't see enough people talking about how good of an actor Cormac is. Oh, appreciate that. He did such a good job playing Harry, because that's exactly how I imagined him in the comics. Well, yeah, I appreciate that. I feel like I'm very happy that it's got such a good my performance is like very like appreciated by people on a global level, because you know, I tried to play it as close to like a stereotypical British like school kid, and like I feel like everyone in Britain can sort of like testify to that and see that like it's like they know people like Harry Greene in their school. But yeah, I appreciate that. Like in America, all like South America, they've all taken it in well, the performance, and yeah, like been happy.
I think that you got the character down, even to Harry's like smug grin, the facial expression. Is that something that you practiced at all in front of a mirror?
No, they loved that one when I was that was a favorite. The grin that I had, the evil grin. Yeah, the producer's pad stuff. Yeah, that was a speciality. But no, it's sort of side smile. I don't know, sort of like smirking. Yeah.
We have a couple more questions for you because we are a music-based website. I have to ask, who are you listening to on your playlist?
Ooh, I do listen to a lot of like rap nowadays. But I appreciate like sort of all types of rap, to be honest. I listen to all types of rap, from like old school grime to like 90s hip hop. But my favorite for a long time now has got to be Santan Dave. But yeah, just I love I feel like it plays inside. He's a big film fan as well. You can hear it in his lyrics, but I appreciate the like sort of more philosophical. I don't know if I said that right. Philosophical. Yeah, like it's more like poetry, like lyricism than the mindless beats that a lot of others have. But that's definitely one that I appreciate a lot.
Something cool on the music front is you joined your friend Mo the Bad Boy in the studio for recording sessions. So is music filmmaking, like behind the scenes videos, something that you would also like to do more of down the road?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the studio, it's just good vibes, to be honest. So it was good to do that. Big up Mo, big up Finley as well, Cade. He has good music that I'm sort of working with now. We make music videos at BRIT as well, and maybe loading up something soon, new music video with those guys. So I love music, and to be able to combine my two things I'm passionate about, it's just brilliant, to be honest. Yeah.
Would we ever hear you on vocals, or would you?
I don't know. I do write music like every now and then, just sort of more like poetry though than like actual songs. But I've been trying to play a bit of piano as well. So who knows? If skills improve, who knows? There's definitely a possibility.
That could be interesting. Like, I think spoken word rap kind of plays well, and then if you fuse the piano with it, could be something unique.
Yeah. I mean, Dave does it a lot. He sort of got me into piano playing. I just learned a lot of his songs. But that sort of like lyricism, like rap along with just like a piano beat. That it's just amazing. Like how two simple things can just combine to like make something so powerful.
Hello, animal.
Oh God, who's that? Oh, my dog.
I saw somebody outside, but we have one more question for you, our signature question. If you could be any ice cream flavor, which would you be and why?
Any ice cream flavor? Any ice cream flavor? I don't actually eat ice cream too much, so this is quite hard. But I'd probably say
chicken McNugget.
What are you on about, man? She said chicken. What?
Chicken McNugget.
Chicken McNugget. What even? What? Not a chicken McNugget. No. I don't even know if that's an ice cream flavor, but probably I'd have to say sort of like a caramel kind of thing, because I enjoy that, and a reason why probably because like it's nice, it's subtle, you know what I mean? It's like it's got a slight salty, sugary taste. Sort of does a bit of everything. I like to do a bit of everything as well. Mm-hmm.
To your mom's credit, anything can be an ice cream flavor. So I was gonna say, if your mom says it, it must be true. But caramel is also a good one. That's all I have for you, Cormac. Thank you for taking the time to chat. It's been a lot of fun.
I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much for having me.
Make sure to catch Cormac in Heartstopper. Season 1 is out on Netflix. More from CMAC Productions coming very soon. We'll be posting his links below, and we will see you next time.